Should we talk about it? I feel like we can, and if the review team wants to cut it, they can cut it. I made a comment.
Oh, yes.
It was pretty aggressive. I feel like it's okay to talk about it because I'm actually comfortable on this topic, which is, I know, somewhat hypocritical, and I could be attacked because I'm a male, but I made a comment about JJ having 5 abortions. His brother Deji, who came on this podcast, who no longer speaks to JJ, or I don't know what their relationship is now, but they had some turmoil. They broke up, if you will, and their whole family was severed. His brother Deji admitted in a diss track that JJ was on his 5th abortion. He came on this podcast and doubled down and said, yes, he's on his 5th abortion. And I sort of had that in my back pocket as an insult in case I needed to use it. If you notice, I did not use it in the LA press conference because it's a low blow. It's one of those things where I know it's gonna make some waves if I say it, and probably not the best way, but but maybe
kind of similar, but maybe not almost as bad as talking shit about someone's dead animal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like an animal, by the way, that was with him for his whole life or for a bunch of years that he designed a brand around, something that was so important to him. You know, like that would be like an example. I know no one would ever do that, but just as an example of something that would be way worse than this.
Yeah, you're right. That didn't trigger me. What triggered me and led me to say what I said was he brought up Japan, Kong, and Maverick, and I was just like,
just kept going.
I was like, that's a little too much. I'm gonna use the thing I probably should. And this was the first thing I said. So I made a comment about him having 5 abortions and that I'm gonna return the favor. I said, I was like, I'm gonna kill you, bro. I'm gonna end you. And it was purely fight talk. I didn't dive into the complications of abortion. I didn't say if I was pro-life or pro-choice. I just said, I'm gonna return the favor. Now, this was the weirdest phenomenon I've ever witnessed in my career as an internet creator.
Whoa.
We're at dinner in London, and the way this works is usually one tweet catches fire and starts to go viral a little bit, retweets, favorites, verified people start to comment on it, gets traction, eyeballs, eyeballs, eyeballs. So it starts to pop a little bit. This clip of me saying this pretty, like I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty horrific thing. Like I was not being a nice guy, and I wasn't concerned about being a nice guy because I want to end this man. And I was seeing red in many ways, which doesn't often happen. I think I just I said something hastily. So tweet starts to go viral, and hashtag Logan Paul is over party, 5,000 tweets, refresh, 8,000 tweets, refresh, 10,000 tweets. We're like, shit.
He comes up to me at dinner.
Notify the PR team.
He comes up to me in dinner and he goes, hey, can I talk to you for a second outside? And by the way, this is after 12 hours of travel, after 10 hours of press and all this shit. We finally get to this dinner. I'm sitting down. I've got 2 girls there that I invited. It's all great.
Stod
great time.
guy was there.
Stod guy was there. Shout out Stod guy. And he goes, hey man, you gonna talk to you outside for a second? And I was like, here we fucking go.
Yeah.
And we walk outside and he starts to explain to me, which by the way, I'd already gotten a couple texts. I had not told him because I didn't want to fucking bother him with that info at the time.
When people start to reach out to you personally about it, that's also when you know it's bad.
Yeah.
And so
like normal people, not Twitter people.
Not like fan accounts.
No.
Right.
So we held a beat and we're watching this online sentiment, and it looks like from this angle, I'm on track to get canceled again. And I'm watching this. I'm like, this is gonna be interesting because also at this point I'm like, yo, can I really get fucking canceled again? Especially for some, like this one seemed a little out of place. Turned out it was, but the liberals were attacking me for assuming my comment was made as a pro-lifer.
I want a quick clarification. When you say the liberals, we're talking about one person. We're not talking about a group of people. The Logan Paul is over party, probably on the bad side of it, the people tweeting against him probably had 1 or 2 verified people and then I don't want to take steam out of where your story is going, but I don't want you to make it seem like there was a massive group of people, because in reality it was a bunch of K-pop fans.
We found out K-pop fans were dick riding the hashtag
hard
and using it to,
post K-pop shit.
But so it wasn't as heavy as we thought it was. But so the few people that came after me were almost immediately neutralized
in a big way
by pro-life conservatives. Verified, blue check, big following. Yes. Pro-life conservatives are like,
we hate to say it, but we agree with Logan Paul. And then I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, okay, here's the scenario. Logan Paul made a statement that is in no way tied to any kind of women's rights. In no way, shape, or form. The statement, and by the way, we went over every minute and possible scenario.
Here's what it was. It was slightly chauvinistic and it was harsh, but I didn't take a stance, which was odd because there was the assumption that I was pro-life, and then the pro-choicers attacked me, and then the pro-lifers came out and defended me.
And then they started fighting.
So they started fighting. The cancel cultures are literally
trying to cancel each other out. Like, you're canceled. And then the other side was like, no, you're canceled. And the other side was like, no, you're canceled. And we're sitting at dinner watching it happen. I sent him a text. Multiple. We were going back and forth with the management team, the PR teams, everybody. I sent him a text that said the following. You were taking, at what point does pro-choice become the defense of blatant irresponsibility on a man's front? So he has, according to his brother, according to the stuff we've heard, he has been using abortion as a form of contraceptive.
Which is my problem with it, because also here's the caveat, and some of the this is so confusing. Some of the pro-choicers came out and said this as I was being canceled by the pro-choicers. If y'all remember, I had this tweet that went semi-viral a while back, and I said I took the liberty of drawing tiny dicks on the 25 male senators who voted to ban abortion in Alabama. Yo, I'll say it. I'm pro-choice.
Pro-choice.
I am pro-choice, and I'm happy to be vocal about it. Which is the weirdest. It was the weirdest. I was being canceled by pro-choicers. And then the pro-lifers defended me, but I'm pro-choice, and now everyone's just getting confused.
Wow.
And I didn't say any of this, bro.
This sounds like Inception.
Crazy.
Like, what dream am I in at this point?
My issue with JJ was
with JJ, by the way, not with the women that had the abortions.
And by the way, we don't know if there was more than one. If it was his longtime girlfriend, because I know he had a girlfriend for a while. I don't know what it was, but my issue with JJ was what Mike said, which was the irresponsibility in using abortion as a form of contraception, which I think is, again, blatant irresponsibility. And I think he deserves to be dragged for it. So that's what I attempted to do.
And what we end up having here, now we're still sitting at this dinner, we're having this massive conversation. And now I want you to imagine Logan as a tree. A tall tree standing there, okay? And he's given the cancel culture a big axe, and other times he's given them a motherfucking napalm bomb to burn that tree down, okay? This time he gave the cancel culture a limp micro penis to chop the tree down. And so they're standing there and they're like, Logan Paul's canceled, ding, ding, ding. And it's doing nothing. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, these morons have no ammo. And so we get in this crazy conversation. Now we've got the PR team, the management, the business team, the lawyers, everybody looped in on this group chat. And 2 out of the 12 people are saying the following statement. He needs to issue a quick and direct apology.
Oh.
So we jump in.
You hate to hear that.
I jump in. Other people who I won't mention jump in, and we say, there will be no apology today.
Yeah.
There will be no fucking apology today, because here's the reason why. One, it doesn't warrant an apology, because I'd be happy to watch him clarify it, which he's doing right now. One, it doesn't warrant an apology. And two, more importantly, How fucking far have apologies gotten this kid in the
Yeah, I
past?
was just gonna say.
If anything, it makes it worse.
Mike said to me at dinner, he goes, yo, just to let you know, a Logan Paul apology is absolutely worthless. I go, yeah, you're
Not happening.
100%.
Unless-
What was it? What was the like situation room with the PR team? I don't want to put them on the bus, but like they get that. It's like they're playing solitaire and they're like, wait, what's going on? Oh, it's an apology video.
No, they
This is here. I'll lay it out so you don't say it. Hot button issue. Very, very hot button issue. When a hot button issue gets involved, people freak out. They lose composure. Okay.
we just felt that because I did not take a stance and I said something that was harsh in the context of a fight where I am trying to kill this man and he's trying to kill me, because that could happen in boxing. And this, we're taking it that seriously. Both of us have dedicated our entire lives to it. We definitely didn't feel like an apology was necessary. Maybe a clarification, which like Mike said, we're doing it now. But we waited a beat and
it looks like it was the right thing. And by the way, if this goes out, which I hope it does, I hope that this lightning that has struck the lightning rod in some way, shape, or form creates a conversation, because at the end of the day, it raises a question. If you are pro-choice, and maybe this isn't a question for a man to answer, then ladies, please step up and have this conversation without us, okay? At what point does pro-choice become blatant irresponsibility on the account of the man?
I love that question.
This is a big question, because if a woman has gone, one woman, multiple women have gone for 10, 15 abortions, at what point does it become harder for the pro-choicers to defend the stance that is so important in this country right now, that women should have the right to abort? At what point does this start to fuck up their stance? Imagine going to the pro-lifers and with a woman that has had 20 fucking abortions, just nicks in life everywhere, because they have irresponsibly not decided to use contraception.
My initial reaction is, what is the cost on them, or is this a cost that taxpayer dollars would take care of? To me, that would matter, because then it's like, are we trying too hard to like jump in and control somebody else's life?
I think it's a personal cost.
Then that's their irresponsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what I'm saying, but morally, like how many lives is too many lives? The pro-lifers will tell you one.
Right. Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. But I think it comes back to the senators with the dicks on their heads.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, that's not our call. If you,
my issue with that was that they're all men. Like suck the little dicks on your face.
True.
You even having this conversation right now, to be honest, it's
questions. Hold on a second.
It's tricky, because the only female we have in the room right now is Danny.
We can ask questions.
Yeah.
I am not making any fucking statement here. I'm not making, besides that I personally feel that women should have the right to do what they want with their bodies. But my question is, not my statement.
You said
and
it.
if you're watching this, no, not that again. Yeah. Where do you draw the line? In short, like, is there an end to that? Like, when you get to 3, 4, 5, like, I don't know. And it's a question. It's just a question that I'm posing. Like, is there an end to where it can go or should go?
I don't know.
All right. I think that wraps that up nicely. I hope